showtime. It's showtime, folks. Shalom, shalom. Happy Sabbath, man. It's another one. Shout out to Gideon. Shalom, Yasharala, man. What's good, my boy Gideon? And Satan tried to mess up my live, man. At the last moment. That's why the countdown didn't happen. Satan tried to mess up the live. Look, I must have pressed play. And it was talking about, this is not going to be recorded. So I was like, what? I had to clear my browser, my history real quick. All praises. So you got to be resilient. When Satan come, you gotta check them. Because they try to, like, literally 40 seconds, it said, we will not do this live. I was like, what? So I had to hurry up, bounce back, delete everything. Shalom to my people. We here. Craving wisdom. My girl Tisa. My brother Issachar, Jose Andres Prado Sierra. But yeah. Gideon, man, where you at, man? Hit me up. You know, Gideon was trying to hit the streets. Gideon trying to hit them streets with your boy. My fault I didn't get back with you. But yeah, we can make it happen. Oh my God. I know the people want us to hit the streets. They miss us out there. You know. How was everybody week? How was everybody week? About craving, blah blah blah. Yeah. So, title of today's class: The Storm Doesn't Last Forever. The storm doesn't last forever. You know, you probably know the direction I'm going. You know, but as we enter into this truth, you know, as Grace would say, she always say this truth. I choose to say the truth, but she says this truth. We're gonna have storms, but it's not meant to crush you. Mine was busy and went fast as well. Yep. Mine's too. Let me tell you, I got a story too. I was just man. I just feel like, you know, how I said we've been here before. Like, the Gideon. Oh, this is filthy. Yeah, this is. There you go, Gideon on the side. Shalom, King.
Shalom. How you been through the
You know, that's the title. That's the title of the class. Say, storm doesn't last forever. I'm in the storm, but they don't last forever, bro. So you know, that's why I came with the scripts, my soul, and everything else. You know, but it's good though. You know, we know we signed up for. It says, I mean, I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna get into the scripts. You know, we'll get into it. But what I was gonna say is, you know, I was at the plantation, and this Jake, I'm at this new plantation. I was saying like, we've been here before. I feel like I was literally on the 1600s because the Jake came up to me. This Jake was giving me a hard time. Older Judite dude. I was getting trained, right, and then my trainer was telling my trainer's a heathen though. Or Moabite. He was like, he's like, oh boy, I asked about you yesterday. But I'm like, why you asking you about me? You know, when he just come up to me. But anyways, so I ran into the old Judite in the bathroom, right? Mm-hmm. So he's looking, he's all hunched over and stuff, looking. Old man, he's like, what's going on with you? I'm like, what's going on? He was like, what's so funny is because the Jake was like, yeah, they're gonna put you what he said? He said they're gonna put you over here where they put all the niggas. That's what he said. I'm like, but he said it hella loud. It was like there was people going in and out the bathroom. I don't know, nobody heard him. It was like everybody vanished when he said it. He said they're gonna put you where they put all the niggas. And I'm like, what? And he said, yeah, they put all us niggas over on section 4. And I'm like, bro, this feel like some plantation shit. You know, like he's I'm new to the plantation, and then it's an old house Negro. Like, yeah, you gonna be picking cotton over here with the rest of the niggas. Where they put all the niggas. And I'm like, man, bro, this place, I hate this place. Like, you know, like I hate it here. We on the plantation. It's just a different. I just ain't in the cotton field. It's a different field. You know, we be in the plantation, man. But I was just like, yeah, like you said, the overseer. She said he the overseer and asking for. Yeah, he wanted me to be miserable like him. You know, he wanted me to be miserable. He was mad because I had the weekend off. He had to work. So that's what really pissed him off. I said, man, it's my Friday. He was like, man, I gotta come in. He was, you know, Jake is wicked. He said they're gonna put you where they put all the niggas over here. I'm like, this nigga, he's funny. But you know, nobody ain't afraid of no work, man. You know, we ain't afraid of that. For real. But Jake is funny though. You know, instead of helping a brother out, he want to try to make it hard. Like she said, he's the overseer.
Damn,
but yeah, I got 2 little videos before we hop up in it, man. If you got some scripts, you already know you're welcome. I just want to show these little Donald. Yeah, I just want to show this little Donald Trump, DJ Trump. You know, DJ Trump trying to turn it up. DJ Trump. So we're gonna hop into this DJ Trump. DJ Trump. Hold on.
You to know that. But it seems that the ones that are run by the radical left Democrats, what they've done to San Francisco, Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, they're very unsafe places. And we're going to straighten them out one by one. And this is going to be a major part for some of the people in this room. That's a war, too. It's a war from within, controlling the physical.
So he said a war from within. You know, that's a dog whistle to, I'm going to get you niggers. You know, I'm going to get you niggers. War from within. See, they talking about their people, the weak of their people that don't think like them. And then simultaneously they're gonna get they really want us, just like with the old boy that got hit in the neck. What they do, he got shot by he got popped by his brother, and then what they do, they went to go storm the black colleges. We didn't have, our people had nothing to do with it. That's what they always did. Like back in them times, like something would happen, they would say some Edomite lady got graped without the G, and then they would come and burn the whole town down. That's what happened with Red Summer, 1919. That's what happened with Black Wall Street. All that stuff was off of lies or isolated, something that happened, isolated event. But they're the people of Cain, right? They're the people of Cain, and they gotta knock out the whole village. Like sevenfold times sevenfold. That's how you know them. They're the people. They're evil.
Physical territory of our border is essential to national security. But I want to salute every service member who has helped us carry out this critical mission. It's really a very important mission. And I told Pete, we should use some of these dangerous cities as training grounds for our military, National Guard, but military. Because we're going into Chicago very soon. That's a big city with an incompetent governor, stupid governor.
See, he said we're going to use them as training grounds. You know, that's a dog whistle to all the other redneck Edomites. They're like, yeah, I'm signing up. I get to kill me some niggers. Finally, right? And Gideon, give me Psalms 55:21. Because he's doing it under pretext of cleaning up, making America great again, right? Shalom, Grace, Andrea, Shalom.
This is the mighty book of Psalms, chapter 55 and verse 21.
Yeah.
The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Hold on, so the word. Hold on, bro. Hold on. The words of his mouth are smooth as butter. He's saying, oh, we're basically we're gonna clean up, make America
Mom,
great.
can you close your door?
Right?
My man.
You're good. We're gonna clean up and make America great again. But read.
But war was in his
But
heart.
what?
But war was in his heart.
Everybody know war is in Donald Trump's heart. Everybody know he wants to. I see somebody say America is being ran by Scar and the hyenas. This is being ran by Scar, and what that means is darkness. You know, when Scar took over the in the Lion King, it was dark.
Yeah.
Dark as hell. The people were starving. The plants was in. They were, famine. They were brutalizing the other animals. It's the same thing, man. It's darkness. You know, people getting fired. They got the government shut down. You know, like since Trump been in office, that's all they've been doing is wreaking havoc on the so-called American people. You know, what she said, he doesn't put the military in the areas where his people are. Exactly, because it's like it's saying he's trying to act like he's doing it for chaos, but they're really doing it for us. The end game is for us.
Okay.
And watch, I'm gonna get this other video with his little homie.
When it comes to combat arms units, and there are many different stripes across our joint force, the era of politically correct, overly sensitive, don't hurt anyone's feelings leadership ends right now.
You know what that means? He said politically correct, don't hurt anyone's feelings. He said ends right now. Other words, it mean we're calling them niggas to their face from now on, like how we was doing. See, this is the whole thing of make America great again. America never been great for us. They're talking about when our ancestors had to look at the goddamn ground when they walk past. So they're just doing it. They're just doing it slowly and implementing piece by piece. And they're like, if you watch when we watch this dude, what they're trying to do, they're trying to get rid of their weak Edomites, them guys. They like, okay, we gotta deal with the weakness of our people, get them the hell up out of here, out our military, then we're gonna get who we want. And then after we get all our hardcore Edomites, then we're gonna go after the true enemy, which is them Negras, them Israelites. That's when you're gonna see Jacob's trouble really, really amp up. Let's go on.
For too long, we've promoted too many uniformed leaders for the wrong reasons, based on their race, based on gender quotas, based on historic so-called firsts. This administration has done a great deal from day one to remove the social justice, politically correct, and toxic ideological garbage that had infected our department, to rip out the politics. No more identity months, DEI offices, dudes in press. No more climate change worship. No more division, distraction, or gender delusions. But when it comes to any job that requires physical power to perform in combat, those physical standards must be high and gender neutral. If women can make it, excellent. If not, It is what it is. If that means no women qualify for some combat jobs, so be it. It all starts with physical fitness and appearance. If the Secretary of War can do regular, hard PT, so can every member of our joint force. Frankly, it's tiring to look out at combat formations, or really any formation, and see fat troops. Likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon and leading commands around the country and the world. It's a bad look. It is.
See, he said it's a bad look. He said we're getting rid of all you donut-eating generals, right? He's getting rid of them, and he's trying to get a certain type of Edomite in there. You already know you niggers is out, and if you watch that thing, he was talking about no beards. He said we're not having no more beards, no long hair. He said you gotta. He said you gotta.
This ain't how you make noodles, bro. You know that. This ain't.
He said you gotta shave.
I just asked.
Did you taste it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I thought it was okay.
No, Mama. Okay.
Okay, I made one with meat in it.
No, Mama. This ain't. This is horrible.
get in, mute your mic, King. But yeah, he said that he ain't walking on eggshells no more. Right? He ain't walking on eggshells. So you already know what that means. You know, it ain't nothing good for us. So that's just the beginning of a civil war with their people. Their people gonna buck up and fight back, and they're gonna lose. You know, but we need this to happen for the issuing in of, you know, our Messiah, right? Yahweh is calling them to act up towards each other in our nation. Yep, all praises, like you said, civil warfare, and then they're gonna try to come after us. I mean, they're not trying. They are gonna come after us. We already know. Let me get this other script. So we read their words as smooth as butter. Right? Let's go to the last book of the Bible, Revelation 13. This is precept. And I beheld, verse 11, 13:11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb. So see, a lamb is, you know, smooth, quiet, right? Let's keep reading. You could say smooth as butter, right? You say one thing, but war is in his heart. And he spake as a dragon. It's talking about Esau. Spake as a dragon, right? Because he's trying to. This dude is a dragon. He really want to just kill. Like his Cain lineage. Let's go to Genesis, because if you keep looking at that video with that dude Pete, he talks about how they're the Department of War, right? He talks about how he just about to start knocking. He said this shit ends right now. That's what he said, because he's going back to his Esau. And look, they blessed with the sword. I already got it highlighted. Verse 40. And by thy sword shalt thou live. See, Esau trying to go out with a bang. He know what time it is. Somebody said, man, all you generals, you guys are playing. He said, no more men in dresses. He know that's a weak look. Men in dresses, women and stuff. He know you're going to get knocked off. So he's like, look, this is our last shot. We got to get our Esau back on. We got to get this on right here. And by the sword shall thou live. You guys got men in dresses. You guys got these dudes with beard, Muslims up in here. You got these DIs, you know. He said, nah, we're going straight clan on them. He said, we're going straight clan. We're not being politically correct. We're going to tell it like it is. And it is what it is. Right? And look, let's jump to 41. I just want this part. And the day, the morning for my father are at hand. Then I will slay my brother Jacob. That's all they want to do, slay their brother Jacob. That's all they want to do is slay us. That's all. Everything, every law that's in place, the jails, everything is for us. Everything. They may some little Edomites may get caught slipping, or what's it called, collateral damage, friendly fire. They may get caught up here and there, but it's not for them. It's for us.
Right.
You know? So with that being said, Esau is the goddamn devil.
That the Bible speaks of.
Right. You know, everybody have to do a segment of that every time. Esau, this is why Esau is a goddamn devil that the Bible speaks of. He proves it every time. He can't help it. That's who he is. That's who he be. So now, what did you say? All praises, making it to the Sabbath another week. Yes, all praises, grace. Now, jump into the topic. The storm doesn't last forever. Storm doesn't last forever. I'm gonna get. What I'm gonna open up. We'll go to Sirach, the book of Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, the classic. So it says, my son, when thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. So when we come in and serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Things is going to happen, right? Set thy heart aright. Get thy mind right. And constantly endure. See, constantly endure that storm that you're going through. And make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at the last end. Remember what happened to Job? Famous Job. He was in a storm. He held on, and then he get increased, and he got a double portion. You know, his kids got knocked off, and it said he had more kids, and it was the most beautiful kids. And I think it said in the town he lived in or whatever, he got increased. So you got to remember that. You got to lean on the script. He said, in your weakness, I made strong. He said, in your weakness, I am made strong. So when you're going through your storm, he really gets to show his what he do for you, you know? So whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. See? So you want to come out as that gold and acceptable. Yes. Believe in him, and he will help thee. See? How is he going to help you? Because in your weakness, he's going to help you. Order thy way aright and trust in him. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy. Be patient. He got you. And go not aside, lest ye fall. See, if you go away from the Lord, try to do it yourself, you're going to fail. It's inevitable. Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. And all this is easier said than done. You got to have your faith up. You know, you got to build your faith. And because you're going to go through stuff, period. You're going to go through, especially, you know, as you come into this truth, you're going to go through something sooner or later. You may have a good 3-year run, 4-year run. It may be good. And you actually want to go through some stuff. That's why I'm going to show you. Hold on, let me go to Psalms real quick. What is that? I'm going to show you why you want to go through stuff. Psalms 119. Okay, I'm going to Psalms 119 and 71. This is why. Let's see what King David said. He said, it is good. What King David say? He said, it is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I might learn thy statutes. So when you're going through stuff, man, you leveling up, you're learning. That was King David. He said, it's good for me that I have been afflicted. Right? And that affliction can be many different things. Let's jump to 75. I know, O Lord. He said, King David said, I know. He said, I know, O Lord, that thy judgments are right, and that thou in faithfulness have afflicted me. He said, man, you afflicted me in faithfulness, and it's good. Because when you go back to 71, he said that I might learn thy statutes. So he's learning, he's leveling up. He's leveling up. Let me get Baruch. Let me get the book of Baruch. So when you're going through stuff, you're leveling up, man. You're leveling up. Baruch 4:25. My children suffer patiently. Let me highlight this. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from God. For thy enemy have persecuted thee. You know, like we're looking at DJ Trump saying all this stuff. We're looking at his little homie saying, you know, what he gonna do. And you know, they're gonna do some damage. You know, it's written, they're gonna do some damage. So we're like, man, you know. So we just gotta sit here and suffer patiently. You know, they're gonna knock off some of our brothers and sisters, you know. But what it says is, my children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from God. For thy enemy hath persecuted thee. But shortly thou shalt see his destruction, and shall tread upon his neck. See, it says, but shortly. That's why I say we win in the end. You already got to remember, we win in the end. They're gonna get some of us, but we win in the end. That's all that matters. We win the war, we win the battle. No, they're gonna win some battles, but we're gonna win the war. That's all that matters. We won the war. And we're gonna see it shortly, their destruction. Right? Hold on real quick. Damn, did I? Yeah. Let me see what sis said. She said, did you hear that an official is wanting to invoke the 25th Amendment to boot 47 out of office? And I ain't hear about that, sis. If you want, you can hit the link and share it. You know, you can hit the link and share it. Sis, let me know. Because we need to know about that. We got to let the people know. The 25th Amendment. But, yeah. Let me get the script. Let's get back into the script. Yeah, where was I at? Oh, let's go to Luke. Matter of fact, let me get Matthew. I'm gonna go to Matthew real quick. Since we're dealing with storms. 14:26. So this is when Christ and them guys walking on that water. 14:26. And when the disciples saw him walking, let me highlight it. This is where I'm at. Matthew 14:26. And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, it is a spirit, and they cried out for fear. So they thought Yahushua was a damn ghost or something. They're like, what the hell is going on around here? Right? You imagine you see somebody walking on water, you know, you be like, what the hell is that? You know, you see a fish that's supposed to be on water, or a whale, you be looking at it. So man, you see a dude just you like, damn, what the hell is going on? So I know sometimes we all know this stat account But you just gotta really think about that sometimes. Like he's really walking on water, like it was pavement or something. That's crazy. Look, let's read 27. But straightway Yahushua spake unto them, saying, Be of good cheer. It is I. Be not afraid. He's like, hey, y'all quit tripping. It's me, the Son of God. You know? He said, shut up. 28. And Peter answered him and said, Lord, if it be thou, bid me to come unto thee in the water. He said, if it's you, he got look, it's probably dark and stuff. He can't really see him. So he's like, man, that you, man. Let me come, let me do that thing too. Right? And Peter said, let me walk on that thing too. And he said, come. And when Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked on the water to go to Jesus. So he started walking on it too. And watch, I'm going to show you what I mean. I'm going to correlate this with the storm. Watch this. But when he saw the wind boisterous, he was afraid and began to sink. He cried, saying, Lord, help me. So there was a wind that came and he got afraid. You go back to the Sirach, what it say? It says, believe in him and he shall help thee when you're in that storm. But what happened to Peter? He got afraid, and Christ is right there, and he already let you walk with him. He ain't gonna let nothing happen to you, you know. So why he was walking on it? Why'd you get afraid when you seen the wind? If he's walking on the water, obviously he's controlling the elements, you know. Right. So if a wind came, that's nothing, you know. You're not going to drown or whatever. He's right there. That's what we got to think. When we going through our trials, he ain't gonna let you fall. He got you, you know. And watch 31. And immediately Jesus stretched forth his hand and caught him and said unto him, watch, look what he said to him. He said, "O thou little faith." He said, wherefore did thou doubt? He said, man, he said, you got little faith and you doubted, you know. And that's what we don't want. When we're going through our storm, we don't want to have a little faith. And we don't want to doubt, because when you do that, when you're worrying, when you're fretting, that means you got little faith. Why are you doubting him? He said he never seen the righteous forsaken. He said he got you. I got you. You're gonna be all right. You gonna be all right. What she say? No, it's just mean that he is not mentally fit. But yeah, you gonna be all right. So Peter had a little faith. You know, he had to build himself up. He had to build himself up. So we don't want to be like that Peter of that time when he was walking on water. As you know, Peter built himself up, though. You know, he got there. He did his thing. Let's go to Luke 14 and 28. For which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first? So as you all know, we come into this and we know, like probably like your first couple weeks in the truth, you know the Lord gonna try you. You hear other people tell you about it. We just read, you know, the outcome to serve the Lord, prepare yourself for temptation. So for which of you intending to build a tower, sit not down first and count the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it. So a wise man or woman, you should be like, damn, can I really finish this to the end, till Christ come, or till I drop? You know, less happily after he have laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him. So like you've been in this thing a couple years and then you fall out, as we've seen with a lot of people. They fall out, they change doctrines, They think they slick so they can moonwalk back into the world, you know. And then people gonna laugh at you. I'm like, man, I could swear you was talking about, let's say, you telling me not to eat pork. Now you got a pork chop on your damn plate, you know. You got pepperoni pizza on your plate. Now people are mocking you. 30, saying this man began to build and was not able to finish. See, they're gonna be like, he was talking all that Hebrew Israelite stuff, and he wasn't able to finish. I knew that stuff. I knew he was wicked. I knew he was just an old man that I knew back in high school. That's what the community's saying about you. Or what king going to make war against another king, sitteth not down first and consult whether he be able with 10,000 to meet him that come against him with 20,000, or else while the other is yet a great way off, he send an ambassage and desire condition of peace. So likewise, whosoever he be of you that forsake not all that he have, he cannot be my disciple. So he basically saying, like, man, you come in this truth, man, you might lose everything. Your spouse, your mom, your dad, your kids, your job, you know. Like in Romans 8, it says, what will separate you from Christ? You know, what will separate you from Christ? If there's something, I remember a brother said this, his brother in the truth, and he's no longer in the truth too. He said, he told me, he was like, man, if this happened to me, I think it was like, let's say if it was like, I think it's something to do with his mom. Like, this happened to me, man, I'm out of here. Basically, like, man, I'm about reading the Bible no more. But I'm looking like, bro, that's not, I wouldn't even say nothing like that out loud. Because we all got things that could possibly break us, right? That's like, dang, you know, could just break you, bring you down, and it's like, man, I can't, I can't take no more hits. You feel me? Like, man, they just, like Job, he took some hits back to back. Kids, 3 of them got knocked off. His cattle, then they get killed or stolen or something, and a sickness came on him all in one day. A lot of us, we couldn't handle that. But by you walking around saying like, man, this happens, you're basically like calling that stuff on you. You know, nah, I pray none of that stuff, like where I can't handle it, come. I'm not even thinking like that. Like, man, what can really knock me out the truth? Yeah, my house caught on fire, car caught on fire. You know, like some stuff, like man, y'all wouldn't think like that, man. We're gonna get through it, man. We're gonna get through it. You know, you got to. You don't got no choice. You know, it's just like if you was in war. Say if we was in war and we're fighting the enemy, you're a weak man if you just give up on the battlefield and let the enemy just shoot you up. Nah, you see, even if you get shot in your leg or something, you're gonna crawl. I'm crawling. You know, you're trying to crawl and duck, hide in the bushes, waiting, see the helicopter waving your little flares. You're trying to get up out of there. But a weak person would just sit there and just die. Now that's what we ain't doing.
Right.
we ain't doing that.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Right? We gonna get up out of there, man. You know? Like, it's funny because I was trying to kill this spider. And he had some fight in him. Hey, the spider had fight in him. I had to admire his little fight. I said, you know what? I'm gonna let your little ass live and just let you outside. I smacked his ass. I smacked him. He's still alive, running and dodging. He tried to stand still, like I don't see him. And I'm like, look at this little dude. He think he's really doing something. But I admired your little fight. I'm gonna let you live another day. And I sent your ass outside. I didn't crush him. But you know, a little spider, little insect, ants, they be running from you. They'll run, hide under something. They got more fight than you got fight. for their little meaningless little life. You know, they got fight in them. That's how you got to have that fight in you by any means. Let me read 1 Peter 4:12.
Bring it out.
Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you. Because I see a lot of people, they be thinking they be going through something and they think, man, this is only happening to me. Why is this happening to me? It's like, bro, this is not only have there's people. First of all, you ain't the only person going through that. Second of all, there's people going through worse. So don't think it's strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you. This is your individual, special shaped, just for you, your trial that the Most High made for you for whatever reason. As though some strange thing happened unto you. So they're saying it's not strange. You know, your car got stolen. You know, it's not strange. It's not strange that, you know, whatever happened to you, that's not strange. Once you start to train your mind like that and be like, okay, I already know this is a trial. I already know. He already warned you. He already told you. So don't feel like that when it's happening to you. It is what it is. You know, it is what it is. Just keep the faith. Like King David said, that it is good that thou hast afflicted me, that I can learn thy statutes. Right? Verse 13. But rejoice in so much as you are partakers of Christ's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. See? Let me see what I got high. Let me read 15. But let none of you suffer as a murderer or as a thief or as an evildoer or as a busybody in other men's matters. See, you don't want to suffer for none of those. Like if you're in a trial, no, it's not a trial, it's a judgment for you. Don't get it twisted. So you don't want to suffer like that. You want to suffer wrongfully because it's a trial. Let me get the book of Romans. This is like one of the first scriptures I memorized. Romans 5:3. And not only so, but we glory in tribulations also, knowing that tribulation work patience, and patience experience, and experience hope. And hope make not ashamed, because the love of God is shed abroad in our hearts by the Holy Ghost, which is given unto us. So you got to glory in your tribulation, which is another level of faith, another level of you walking in this truth. That when something come upon you, say, "Oh, praise to the Most High," right? You know, that He found it an honor for me to go through what I'm going through, because I'm gonna level up after this. I'm gonna level up. Let me get 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. There have no temptation taking you, but such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able. So see, He's not even putting something on you that you can't handle. So He knows, like I said, the brother said he was like, yeah. Basically, he was saying there's certain things he can't handle that will break him. But the Most High, He wouldn't put that on you. He knows what will break each and every one of us. You know, but He just said He's not going to put that on us. So why even speak like that? You know, He's not going to put nothing on you unless you're a wicked dude and he's trying to knock you off. Like I think that was last week class where he's lining you up. You're talking about he's lining you up. So you might know something in your spirit where like, yeah, I ain't right. and he's going to line me up. So who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that you may be able to bear it. So with every temptation he puts you in, if you're not a weak buster, there's a way to escape. There's a way to escape. Always. But in the way to escape, it's always going to be using the scriptures. It's always going to be reflecting back on his word and applying his word. That's wisdom. Wisdom is the application of his word, of his word when you're supposed to activate. When you're supposed to activate. Let me check this out. You said moonwalk back into the world. Yeah, they gonna move. They try to assist. They moonwalk back into the world. Like they do it, and when I say moonwalk, they doing it in style. They be twisting the script. Some people, I seen a couple. This is how it usually go like this. They'll start saying this don't mean that. Like let's say example. I always just like to use generic pork, right? They'll be like, man, we could eat pork. We could eat pork chops. Look, it don't say that. We could pray over it or something. And then they start implementing little things. They moonwalking back because they're walking back in style, right? And then they're going to get a couple people to go with them and moonwalk with them. They're like, damn, this dude moonwalking. I like that. Hold on. Basically choosing death if you choose to leave. Exactly. Choosing death. Everybody said choose life. Choose life or death. What are you going to choose? The Lord will not give us no more than we can bear. We just have to deal with it. Yeah, you don't got no choice. I like Daniel when they about to throw his ass in that fire. And old boy was like, man, are you going to bow down? And he was like, hell nah, I ain't going to bow down. And that's a similitude to your fiery trial. He said, are you going to bow down? He said, nope. He said, whether the Lord say was out this or not, we ain't bound down. So he kept his faith and he ended up getting saved. Look at Susanna. What happened with Susanna? The dudes tried to gangbang her, right? And she was about to go get hung or whatever. And at the last moment, little baby Daniel spoke up and saved her. You know, that's a lot of faith because she's gonna walk the plank. If you gotta walk the plank, you gotta walk the plank. It is what it is. Like if you're not afraid of death, man, it's good because nobody can threaten you to make you fold. You know? Shalom, Neff the Kingdom. Hold on, let me get my brother Neff, my guy Neff. Shalom, brother Neff. Con 2 Peter 2:2. I'm about to pull that. 2 Peter 2:2 and 2:21. Let's see if sis cooking. Is she cooking? Is she cooking? Is she, what's it? 2 Peter 2:2 and 21. And many shall follow their pernicious ways, but by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. Okay, let's jump to 21. For it had been, I like this. For it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness. See, that's that moonwalk. Then after they have known it, to moonwalk, to turn. They turn backwards from the holy commandment delivered unto them, and they start moonwalking back to the world. Watch this, 22. But it is happened unto them according to the true proverb. the dog is turned to his own vomit again, and the soul that was washed to her wallowing in the mire. See, they moonwalk right back to their vomit, right back to the world, and was accepted. Let me see. See, look 10, but chiefly them that walk, see, moonwalk, they moonwalk after the flesh. But chiefly them that walk after the flesh and the lust of uncleanness and despise government, presumptuous are they self-willed. They are not afraid to speak evil of dignities. Look at verse 9. This is why I said, if the Lord is dealing with you, He's not going to let nothing happen to you. This goes for the righteous. Don't get it twisted. This ain't for no wicked nigger. We're talking about, oh yeah, I'm going through a trial. You're going to get me through it. Like he said last week. I think it was last week. We said he might be lining your ass up and you ain't going to get through no trial. You're about to moonwalk back, and that's going to be the end of you. So the Lord knoweth how to deliver. Let me highlight this. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations. So it's ultimately the Most High that's letting you get through it. That He's not going to put nothing on you more than you can handle. And to reserve, see, look, and watch this. And to reserve, what the hell? Everything turned. And to reserve the unjust, see, to reserve the wicked unto the day of judgment to be punished. You see? So he know how to deliver the godly out of their temptations. Because he, like, how do he know? Because there's a way to escape. There's that window, fire exit. Yeah, I'm out of here, right? But he will reserve the wicked man and let him get judged. So don't get this twisted. This class is for the righteous, right? For you wicked niggers, you're going to do what? But chiefly them that walk after the flesh. So you keep walking after the flesh, your grace is used up. You're going to moonwalk in the lust of uncleanness, right? And just look, what does it say? And be destroyed. See, you're gonna be destroyed. You're gonna moonwalk and get destroyed. Look, okay, sis had us, she brought us to some good stuff. And shall receive the reward of unrighteousness. So your reward is going to be unrighteousness, as they that count in pleasure to ride in the daytime. Spots they are, and blemishes, sporting themselves with their own deceivings while they feast with you. This is how you know it was somebody that's in truth, because they was feasting with you. Having eyes full of adultery, and that cannot cease from sin. That means they can't stop sinning. They just keep sinning and sinning and sinning. Beguiling unstable souls. So they tricking dummies, other dummies to follow them. In heart they have exercised with covetous practices, cursed children, which has forsaken the right way. See, they went the wrong way and are gone astray, following the way of Balaam, the son of Bosor, who loved the wages of unrighteousness, but was rebuked for his iniquity. The dumb ass speaking with man's voice forbade the madness of the prophets. This is the part I want. These are whales without water, clouds that are carried with a tempest, to whom the mist of darkness is reserved for.
Wow.
All right. I think we brought this out. Where does that say? It says they was twice dead or something. Let me see. For much one clean, Father was promised. It's somewhere. I might be in Jude, I think. He was talking about they twice dead, because they was dead in the world and they dead in this truth. I think we was doing. I think it was me and you that went over that too. When we was going through those that little war we went through. You know, yeah, that little war we went through. It came out presumptuous, came out victorious.
Right.
Came out victorious. Yeah. Came out victorious, man. You got something you want to add?
No, Con, I'm just sitting back listening, King. I'm just taking in the energy, man, in the word.
Con, it's all good. Yeah, let me get got a couple more. Let me get James. Go to the book of James. Matter of fact, let me get that Jude, man. Let me get that Jude. Well, I was just talking about. The Jude's only one chapter. I should be able to find that. Let me see. It said like twice dead. Because he was talking about rain clouds with no water. Let me see. Yeah, right here, verse 12. These are spots in your feast. See, Peter was talking about the same thing about feasts. These are those that feast with us. Of charity, when they feast with you, feeding themselves without fear. Clouds that are without water. Peter said the same thing. Carry about of wind. See, carry about of wind is doctrines. Every wind of doctrine.
Right.
You're onto this doctrine. Every couple months, you're into something new. What about this? What about that? Trees whose fruit withered. So you had some fruit. You was doing some fruit, but now your fruit is rotten. I got a pair right here. Now your fruit is rotten. Rotten fruit. Twice dead. Why did it say twice dead? Because when we were in the world, we was the congregation of the dead. So you were dead in the world. Now you came into this truth and you're still dead because your fruit withered. Then it says plucked up by the roots. So you got plucked up by the roots. You ever seen a tree that got plucked up by the roots? It's over. Raging waves of the sea, foaming out their own shame, wandering stars, to whom is reserved. See, remember, Peter said the same thing. He said, reserve the unjust. And he's saying the same thing. To whom it is reserved the blackness of darkness forever. So I'm saying you're going to be reserved. So you see a lot of people, they're reserved unto fire, brimstone, to be knocked off. Right? James. Where's James? Where you at, James? Everybody know this scripture. I mean, not everybody, but you guys, I believe y'all know this. 1 and 12. Blessed is the man that endure temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. Mm-hmm. See, that's what we all want. So you gotta remember that when you go through your trial, man. When you're going through that trial, gotta get through, because the storm ain't gonna last forever. And once you get through that storm, you're gonna get the crown of life. I mean, there are gonna be more storms. I'm saying at the end, but you probably level up for another storm. But till we get up out of here, we almost up out of here, man. Just be patient. We almost up out of here. Look at the signs of the times. We are almost up out of here. The time is speeding up for real. Time is speeding up for real. I'd be like, man, it be feeling like I just, I do this class every Friday. It be feeling like, man, I was just doing it the other day. It seemed like a week is like 2 days and a half. That's what it really seemed like. Like a week is 2.5 days now. Which is crazy. But as all praise to the Most High, because he made good on his word. He said, I'm going to speed up the time. And he ain't lying. So let me get Genesis 20. This is Joseph, man. This is brother Joseph. When he was in his storm. Watch. Verse 20. And Joseph's master took him and put him into the prison, a place where the king's prisoners were abound, and he was there in prison. So Joseph got put in prison, and he got put in prison for something he didn't even do. So it's safe to say he was in a storm, right? He was in a storm. Watch this. 21. But the Lord was with Joseph. See? The Lord was with him. See, carnally, you'll look, well, how the hell is he with him if he's in prison? Why is he in prison in the first place? Like you'd be like, man, no, the Lord's not with you, bro. You just got put in prison, and they're saying you got, I think this one got put in prison for that woman. So you got people saying, nah, he did. You really did that, slandering him. He's claiming his innocence. People don't believe him. They wouldn't just put you in prison, Joseph, for no reason, So you got to think this is what's happening. He's thrown in prison, but it says the Lord's with him and showed him mercy and gave him favor in the sight of the keeper of the prison. So while he's in prison, he has favor and mercy, And as we know his story, he became second in command of Egypt. So he got through his storm. His brothers threw him in the ditch, left him for dead, right? That's a storm. Then they sold him to slavery. Then he got lied on by the woman and thrown in prison. And who knows how long he was in there, like 10 years. Those are all different storms. But he ended up second in command. So if you could look at your life like that, just like, I know something big is going to happen to me. Once some good, like we said, Job, stuff happened to Job. That's the whole story of the Bible. Going through something, getting through it, and getting sevenfold. Just like us as a nation going through what we're going through, and we're going to get the kingdom and forget all this stuff. Let's read verse 22. And the keeper of the prison committed to Joseph's hand and all the prisoners that were in the prison, and whatsoever they did there, he was the doer of it. The keeper of the prison looked not to anything that was under his hand, because the Lord was with him, and that which he did, the Lord made it prosper. But whatever Joseph did while he was in them gates, it prospered. The Lord was with him. All praises. All praise. 1 hour. Shalom, Daniel. But yeah, that's basically. Let me do my final thoughts. But yeah, that's basically it. The storm don't last forever, for the righteous.
That's
for the righteous. You don't want to be wicked. But that storm gonna blow your ass away.
right. Blow out your kidney.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna blow your ass away. That's why you gonna make sure you ain't getting your ass lined up. But yeah. So final thoughts is, like I just said, the storm don't last forever. And I'm quite sure each and every one of you is going through a storm. Or if not, you're going to. So just remember this. It don't last forever. Cleave unto him. You really don't got no choice.
Yeah.
Like Grace said, you're gonna choose death. Like the disciple said, they said, let me get that real quick.
Okay.
Let's see what the disciple said. I think that's John 6. That's what I want. Why you really don't got no choice? Watch. Let me see. Yeah, right here. John 6:66. From that time, many of his disciples went back and walked no more with him. Then said Jesus unto the 12, will you also go away? So a lot of them, they left because he said something they didn't understand. And look, then Simon Peter answered him, Lord, to whom shall we go? He said, where are we going to go? Thou hast the words of eternal life. So he said, man, we don't got nowhere to go. So just like he said that you don't got no choice but to cleave unto him. You can't go nowhere. You don't got no choice but to be strong. You don't got no choice but to weather the storm. You don't got no choice but to get through it. Just like I said, if you are in a war, they shooting at you, then you get smacked in your leg or something, you can't even walk. You got no choice but to keep crawling and keep do, right? You don't got no choice. If you was on a ship and the water is rocking the ship, you don't got no choice but to keep going. Unless you're weak, because there's some people are weak and they will just commit suicide, right? Or just give up. But the righteous, we don't give up. We're going to keep going. We're going to get through it. We're going to get through it and to it, right? We're going to get through it and to it. And we don't got no choice. We don't got no choice. Another great class that reminds us that no matter how great or little of a storm that with Yahweh, it does last always. And it's to level you up too. That's the good part. After the storm, you're going to level up. Big G bars. You're going to be big teacher, big Gideon.
Right.
You're going to be big Gideon. And you're going to be able to help out one of your brothers that's coming to you crying, man, Gideon, man. I got my house is on fire. You're going to be like, man, bro, I lost everything. You see me still moving and grooving. And you're like, what happened? You're like, yeah, bro, that really happened to me, man. Yeah. You're going to show him how you got through it.
That's right.
You know, your situation was actually worse. So you're like, damn. Okay, Gideon did that, man. Let me quit crying. That's what that's what it's for. Our little testimony is for, to help the other. That's why it says glory in tribulations, because it helps with patience and experience. So you got that experience, so you can help the next brother or sister. That's right. With they problems. That's what this whole thing about. We're gonna get through this together, y'all. We're gonna get through this together. Please keep me in your prayers, fam. I had death in my family. Most definitely. Most definitely, sis.
Yes, indeed.
Most definitely. But yeah, all praise to the Most High. Happy Sabbath. Appreciate all y'all. And remember, Danielle, storm don't last forever, sister. Storm don't last forever. You're going to get through it. Especially with these scripts, man. Dive into your scripts, to your Bible.
Those that sow tears shall definitely reap joy.
Come. But yeah, I don't got nothing more to say with that. Shalom, you got any farewells?
Amen. Shalom to the whole nations, man. All 12 tribes, man. That's it, man. Ashar Shabbat.
Pray. You got your horn on you?
Yep, I got one right here.
Kwame Yasharala. All right, Israel. Happy Sabbath. Kwame Yasharala. All right.
Shalom.
Shalom.